What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 2.1. No, 2. This is episode 2. Um, we messed up the first recording, but here we
My
are.
fault.
It is your fault. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It is your fault. But it's episode 2. Episode 1 was the multi-tax video, which was a good one because the multi-tax is a full swing and it's being applied by Giuntoli right now. Because this is a clear out, or the title of the show is clear out, and it feels like it's a clear out, a planned clear out with some opportunities that the club is taking along the road, basically. But first off, how are you doing? I'm not gonna ask you about Canada again. We messed up the
Going on.
first recording,
Yeah.
so
We know how it's going. I'm good. I'm good. Busy time of year, wedding season. You're like a lot of soccer going on. Still have to go to a lot of, or I still have to work obviously during the day. Baby, she plays soccer. Got to take her there. All the other extracurriculars. Good though. How about you?
yeah, I'm busy.
Berlin.
Extreme, extremely busy. No, just building the house
Yeah.
takes a lot of
That's
time.
right.
Actually, it takes more stress than time, but it is what it is. But football kind of is a distraction, especially with Juve right now because a lot of things are going on. Starting from next week, things could be made official because the financial year or like that part of the year is done. So that's why deals are getting done now. Douglas Luiz, Moise Keane, we will talk about those things. Like it's all being pushed right now to get certain things done ASAP to kind of start with a like a clean slate, literally
Yep.
on the pitch and on the books as well a little bit. But yeah, things are moving. It is a clear route. A lot of things going around ever since the first podcast. I think the main thing we probably will discuss, which is it's a done deal. It's Douglas Luiz, which was a signing that for like me personally was no way it was planned, with Giuntoli and Monta. It wasn't planned at all, like absolutely no chance. It was just like I said in the intro, an opportunity that the club is looking or looked at, assessed, and they took it, maybe with a little bit of regret in the end compared to at the beginning when the deal
Yeah.
presented itself. But what do you make? I spoke about the deal a lot, but what do you make of the whole deal getting Douglas Luiz? Because I think a lot of people are a big part of the fan base is like, we don't need Douglas Luiz. This is kind of a waste of focus and maybe funds as well.
So Douglas Luiz, people do overrate him a bit because of the Premier League or whatever. He's still a good player. He's still a very good player. He still would be He's still better than Locatelli in my opinion. He's still better than any midfielder we had at our club currently. So it's already an improvement on that on our midfield. The money involved. If 28 million is like okay, so let's think of it this way: was Samuel Illing Jr. going to stay long term?
No, he was gone this
Okay.
summer anyway.
Was Enzo Barnechea going to stay long term? We don't know.
Yeah,
That's the thing, right? That's the one player we don't know. So that might be a little bit of a regret, but we improve on Barnechea with Douglas Luiz anyway. Also, how much budget we have, still nobody actually has a clue. So is 28 million too much? I have no idea. Also, does that affect our budget going into next year, or because it's going to affect our budget this year? Because our money, 28 million euros, is going to Aston Villa before Monday, before July 1st, because they have to clean that up.
yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say? So I actually have no idea how it's going to affect us actually. I just know we're paying Aston Villa 28 million euros by Sunday.
basically,
So that's
basically, yeah.
the finance aspect of it. I have no idea how much we're going to be able to spend and which or financial year it counts for. However, like you've mentioned before, Barnechea, is my mic going again?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep talking. Barnechea, how could it be my mic though? Because it's, I'm
I
not
have
even
no
using a
idea.
mic.
I have no idea.
So, sound like,
I have actually no idea. But the money one, the money
Yeah.
like 20 min, 28, 25, whatever the talk is. We were gonna need to sign midfielders anyway. You know, if it's quote miners or if it's not quote miners, I don't know. We will see down the line. But we were getting we were needing to we needed to sign midfielders. Period. You know, because McKennie was always going. The moment he said no to the contract and he wanted more money. I didn't even need any other reports. I knew you're not gonna get that money, buddy. It's just never gonna happen with Giuntoli. No chance. Miretti probably goes out on loan. Alcaraz is gone. Rabiot is, I don't know. He thinks he's Zidane at this moment in time. So you always need a midfielder. So I'm not really too fussed about spending the money on Douglas Luiz because we need a midfield. Like last couple of seasons, we complain about not investing in the midfield. The club is doing it right now, so I'm not sure that we should be in a position to complain. That's how I'm viewing the deal, basically.
No, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. It's just now you have to insert Enzo, and I'm not gonna say I'm not his biggest. You know what a prospect is? It's a prospect, but he's a 23-year-old prospect, and we already have Fagioli, right?
Yeah, people forget he's 23, by the way.
Yeah, like Enzo Barnechea is 23 years old. He's had one season at Frosinone where everyone's like, "Oh my god, good stuff." So, I don't know. Your 5 midfielders that you're potentially looking at are Thuram, Coop Miners, Douglas Luiz, Fagioli, and Locatelli. When's Barnechea going to play unless there's an injury?
I don't think he was gonna play. I think people were more looking at it saying, okay, he could be a backup to Locatelli, but I think nobody knows for certain how Mota is gonna play. Is he gonna play with a DM? Is he gonna play with 2? Is he gonna play with 3? Like nobody knows, which makes it should I call it less painful? I don't know. Like I wanted to keep Barnechea. Maybe I wanted to keep Barnechea because like I said in the intro, it was okay. McKennie was going. Everybody was like, "Oh, McKennie is going," and everyone was like, "Yeah, that was like okay. You got him off the books. No agreement for a deal. A perfect like solution, really quickly fix, all calm." Then it flipped to now you need to give Barnechea more money. I think that's where people look at the deal and was like, "Okay, this feels a bit. This has a bad taste. Like it leaves a bad taste in the mouth because now you're stuck with McKennie, which is a problem right now because everybody knows he's not signing a new deal. Everybody knows he actually doesn't want to go to the Premier League unless he's willing to join, I don't know, a Burnley type of team. Other than that, like there's no better team than Aston Villa coming for you right now. When the links are Cincinnati and MLS, you know you messed up.
Oh, absolutely. Like I don't know. Like it's crazy that it went from Aston Villa to Cincinnati. Maybe what's it called, a Bundesliga team, but like it's crazy. I don't. McKennie is an issue, but that's an issue that you can easily solve, especially with a new regime, a new coaching staff, new. Sorry. Yeah. So a new regime, so like a new manager, a new sporting director. Maybe they don't take any shit and they say, "Yo, Wes, just you're chilling."
Yeah,
you're not playing.
But I think that's what I said. With like things are planned, but they're also like you cannot account for certain because when the links were McKennie, Aston Villa, I was like, yeah, it's going through. Like he's not gonna say no to Aston Villa. That makes actually no sense if I'm being completely honest. You know, I'm not sitting here acting like Aston Villa is like a world class team, but man, they finished for Champions League, Premier League. I'm not sure what he's looking at. If he's actually looking at, I'm gonna leave on a free for the signing on bonus. I'm not sure who he thinks he is, and there's no disrespect basically, or like this. I don't want to disrespect him, but I'm not sure who's gonna give him a signing on fee. That's such a big one that you're like, okay, it was worth, it was worth, you know what you were trying to do right now, basically. It is. So I don't know. Like it's a weird situation, but before we talk about that, I want to talk about what you actually think of Douglas Luiz as a player, like, because that's still the iffy point right now, because people are not sure what to expect from Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, so Douglas Luiz as a player. He's in the middle ground. Like, he's more of an 8 than a 6, but he can also, like, his best position on the field is in a pivot with someone beside him trying to move the ball. He can get the ball out of tight spaces, which is a good thing. He can play the ball forward. Everyone has that one clip of him playing with the outside of the foot to Ollie Watkins on a break. Everyone has that video going. Obviously, he can do that, but he can do much more. He's a goal-scoring midfielder as well. He takes set pieces. I think I was watching the chat one time, and people kept saying he's a set piece merchant. I was like, I'd rather have one of those. Like, Pjanic was one of those. No, like, Pjanic could take set pieces.
I'm okay with that, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think
corners, if they're good, yeah,
the
you know
argument
what I mean?
was
Corners,
the stats were inflated because of it. I think that was the argument.
Okay, and that's fine because he's still if he's still contributing in that way as well as open play, then who cares?
I think, like, stats are
boost
misleading.
Your stats, buddy.
Yeah, but stats,
I know.
Like, if anyone watched the England game against was it Slovenia? If you did
the recent one,
yeah. If you didn't, well, you won in life. But if you did, and you look at Declan Rice's stats after the game, they look amazing. But if you watch that game and you thought Declan Rice had a good game, then that's what I mean with stats, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Because I watched a good amount of Aston Villa games, at least 6 to 8. I'm going to say more 8.
Yeah.
And it's like, forget about stats right now. He has an impact on the game. He has a tendency to kind of drift out of games as well at times. He has that tendency. But he has an impact, you know. He's always involved. He's always there. He's always in your face. So I'm okay with that.
The intensity is good.
The intensity is brilliant at times. But
yeah,
if we sign Douglas Luiz for an Allegri team, I would be very against it. I would be strongly against it, because I think that's a pointless signing, in my opinion. It is a pointless signing. But
I agree.
Because with Mota, the way he plays, where it's a lot of movements and other things, I'm like, that's perfectly fine right now. The issue is always as well that he wasn't the main target, and people are now scared that you're not getting your main targets, which, according to the news, is apparently not even close to the case. So I think we just need to stay calm with this one, because the midfield is
everyone's freaking out. Even if he wasn't the main target originally, Thiago Motta then made him the main target once he knew he was available. So obviously he has plans for him. And in the event you don't get Coop Miners, you can play Fagioli as a 10. Like, you can do that. I know everyone wants him to play deeper, but you can, who else is going to pick up passes on the team? If Fagioli can do that, no?
You could.
There are ways to get around it. If you don't, because Coop Miners obviously is one of their obvious other main targets as well. However, that's going to be stupid hard to get. That's more difficult than Calafiori, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, I think I assume we're going to touch on Khephren Thuram.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll save that for a bit. But Douglas Luiz is a perfect player for Thiago Motta. He played high intense in the Premier League, obviously, and with Unai Emery, who plays high intensity style. So I think it's a blessing that just came to fruition. To be honest, it came out of nowhere, and that's why they wanted to pay more and then insert Bianconeri to get the deal done. I think there's a want from Juventus, like a big time want.
But yeah, that, like, you don't get that deal done. Like, even if it's good on the books, if when I was like, okay, now they really want to get it done, or like Motta really wants that player. When McKennie pulled out, that deal could have easily collapsed. You know, it could have done.
Yeah. Or stagnated for a while.
Yeah, but the club was like, no, we go again. You know, do you want Bianconeri? You know, and really quick. So that tells you, like, it could be a reason also from the books, but that's too complex and too much to just make it about cleaning up the financial situation of the club. That's it's just too much work, or like too much things involve money, cash, like players. It's too much to just say, oh, it's just for the books. Because if that's the case, then it's obviously horrible. But I don't think that's the case. I think the one.
Go ahead.
No, once McKennie said no, I think nobody
Yeah.
panicked. Like everybody was reporting, oh, it's panic station. Only Padula, who is incredibly reliable right now when it comes to Juve, was kind of mocking Di Marzio and Romano, saying, "What panic? There's no panic. Just calm down. They will get it done. They will find a new way." And then a day later, he was like, "Watch out for Barrenechea." And then the next day, here we go, Barrenechea. So
yeah. I was just gonna say, this is like, people might be panicking because of like the Arthur Pjanic thing. It's not comparable.
No,
it's not a comparable deal. Like, yes, in terms of when they need to get the deal done by, but like, it's not one inflated price player for another inflated price player that don't meet each other's needs. Like, Arthur coming in is not a player that suited whatever we were doing. Like, at least Douglas Luiz matches Thiago Motta, and the coach wants Thiago Motta. It wasn't Arthur with Sarri?
Yeah. And also, it was we were kind of pushing for that deal, remember? At the time.
We wanted to clear Pjanic's 65 million or whatever Barcelona said they're paying, and then we could just book Arthur's money amortized.
This was Aston Villa coming to us, basically. Like Monchi coming to us, because I don't think Giuntoli went to Aston Villa and said, "Do you like Weston McKennie?" I don't think that was the case.
No.
I think the case was, "Do you like Douglas Luiz?" And the club was like, "Yeah, we can offer you these players. Who do you want?" You know, and I couldn't believe they wanted McKennie. I'm not gonna lie, it was too good to be true. I don't care that he.
On our end, it was too good to be true.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because when I said that, people were like, "Oh, you're disrespectful. He was your best midfielder last season." That was the problem as well. Like, I gave him the credit.
Much.
I gave him the credit last season, but if he's your best midfielder, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, I want to win. I don't care. You know. So if that's your best midfielder, you're in trouble. It is what
absolutely.
It is. You can turn around and say Danilo was the best defender, which is BS. But if you want to say that, fine. That's an issue. If Milik is your best striker, it is an issue. Like, these are all issues that needs to be cleared out, which is good. You know, he's doing what he needs to do. He's actually doing more than I was expecting him to do, or he's trying to do more than I was expecting.
That guy must have 6 phones.
Yeah, because everybody's out. Like, everybody's out. And I was not expecting that. When I read news and I see Alfredo Pedula talking about, good for Rugani that he signed a new deal, but if an offer comes in from Serie A, the club just will tell him, you might need to walk, buddy. If the offer is good, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Like, good that you signed that new deal, but hey, I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, I think.
But that those options are open are interesting.
Yep. Just, I think, like what you said, everybody has a price on this team, and as they should, except for, I think, Yildiz. Yildiz is the only guy who doesn't have a price.
Yeah.
Right. Like like Vlahovic, Chiesa, Locatelli even apparently was in the, not concrete rumors, but like his name's. If anybody is, if Marseille say Locatelli, we'll give you 45 million for him, I think Locatelli is gone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like just anything. Like Vlahovic, I think 60 million. I think that dude's gone.
Yeah, 100%.
Like anybody, even Bremer. Like, I think, and again, the coach Thiago Motta has stated, apparently, again, we don't know, he didn't tell us, but apparently he wants Bremer to stay. And I agree. Like, he's a better John Lucumi, right? Whoever he had at Bologna beside Calafiori.
Yeah. Lucumi, yeah.
I think that's what he's trying to build here. He's trying to build Calafiori and the way better version of John Lucumi, right? So, and also, you said we're going to talk about how he's going to play later.
Yeah, but you can touch on it, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh no, that was a question. Somebody asked, "How do you think Motta's gonna play?"
Oh, okay. I can answer that after. Well, or unless
you can do it now. You can do it now.
Okay, so I think the back line is going to be left back is Cambiaso, center back. I think we do get Calafiori, and I'm answering for everybody. At the end of the day, I think he's coming. It's just a matter of when. Like you said, I think when in your videos, yesterday, today, or no? I don't know.
I think it's a matter of when as well.
Yeah, it's a matter of when, because he's already said yes. He's going to get a nice chunk of money. I think the teams that he's linked to, they don't, like, he won't be starting.
Yeah, I saw him
At
linked to
Juventus, he'll be
Arsenal.
starting with
Makes no
like he's not
sense.
starting over Gabriel to start. Like he's not, and I
Tottenham.
don't think he wants to play left back. I don't think he wants to play left back, to be honest.
I don't think he wants to go Tottenham as well.
Yeah, Real Madrid, he's not starting. Chelsea, like he's not going to Chelsea. Sorry. What other teams to be linked to? Like just the teams that he won't start or like
Liverpool.
their
He's
shit.
been linked to Liverpool.
Liverpool,
As well.
yeah. Okay, so is he starting over Van Dijk?
I
No, he's not starting over Van Dijk.
like.
Okay, so
He gave us. He gave like. Oh, we'll talk about Calafiori in a sec. You go on.
yeah. Anyway, so left back Cambiasso. I think Calafiori is going to come. I hope middle of July, maybe pushing end of July. I hope that happens. Bremer, and I think Thiago Giallo is going to start at right back. Listen, I don't think he'll start right away. I think I think Danilo will eventually start or will start the season as a right back, but I think Thiago Giallo will be the right back by the end of the season.
I cannot like I've not watched him play, so I cannot say yeah. I've not seen anything.
I think that guy's athleticism, God bless his knee. Hopefully everything's all right. But that guy's athleticism and his directness as a right back, it's better than Posh's or whatever he had at Bologna, right? Like similar profile on the ball because Posh is all right on the ball.
He's decent.
I don't know if you.
He's decent enough.
You know. Yeah. Okay. So, and he has the athleticism to get back. So, I know nobody cares about tactics here, but in Thiago Motta's Bologna, Calafiori ended up being a midfielder or an attacking midfielder at times. Even with Italy the other day.
Yeah, same.
You saw him in advanced position. You're like, what the hell is this guy doing here? So he always has the fullbacks covering. So Giallo is athletic enough, and he is a center back that he can get. And it's not Pep's idea of inverting Giallo into the midfield. It's not that stuff. It's just pure athleticism, and he's decent on the ball, and he's right-footed, and I think he's better than Danilo. And I don't think Danilo can do what Giallo can do athletically. So again, at the start of the season, I think it's Danilo to start, but then I think Giallo takes over.
That's eventually. A hot take. That's a hot take.
Hey.
Yeah,
that's why I'm here.
I like Danilo is the captain. I don't think Motta's.
I also say Di Lorenzo is not coming.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's not coming.
I wish I can say yeah, I believe you 100%, but at the end of the day, if he doesn't want to stay there, you're not gonna keep your captain who doesn't want to captain your team. That's just ridiculous. That's my only scare.
Yeah.
Like Conte needs to convince him, otherwise he's coming.
Yeah. I think they'll settle that after the Euro Cup. I think he'll be right back in Napoli.
Which is good.
I think yeah. So then I still think we need to pick up a left back, by the way, in the market because after Cambiasso, I have no idea who could play there. Yeah, especially if everyone's leaving. Like
we're not being linked with one right now, like real link. I know. So
it doesn't have to be a starter either because Cambiasso starts. It just needs to be,
but we need a backup. Dude. Like we need somebody, but we've not. Maybe it's something the club will look at like very late in the market and just
that could be like a later issue. I'm not worried about it right now. I'm just thinking outside the box right now. But yeah, I think that's how they're going to line up at the back, and then obviously Douglas Luiz, whoever you want to pick, beside him Locatelli, Khephren Thuram, yada yada yada, Fagioli if you want some games, and then as an attacking midfielder. You hope for Coop Miners, but if not, Fagioli can be there. Yildiz can play there. I think
Fagioli's
pick and choose who your wingers are.
I think Fagioli is going to be the main guy, like one of the main guys throughout the season. I think he's going to be a main starter really quickly. Because he has
undeniable talent.
Yeah, like he has things the other midfielders do not have right now. Like they don't. Yep. Even when he came on, little cameo against Croatia. Like the difference with Jorginho is, it's noticeable. I will put it that way.
Yeah, because he can actually move.
He can move. He doesn't need 1,000 touches before he plays it, even sideways. Like it's very direct, you know. So I think Fagioli is going to play a lot of games. I think he will be kind of key to what Motta wants to do because he can move around the pitch. Like, and he's very comfortable doing that as well.
Yeah. he's going to be very important against lower table teams. Like absolutely, like very important to unlock those defenses.
Yeah,
Against the better teams, I don't know what Mota's idea is yet, but I think against those shit teams, he's going to be needed. Like he is needed.
It is interesting because like the midfield could have a completely different face next season.
Oh yeah.
Like it could just be Fagioli and Locatelli and that's it. That could be really the case because you're getting Douglas Luiz. That's a new face. You're getting potentially Thuram. We will talk about Thuram right now. Rabiot might be leaving, and you potentially getting goal miners. Actually, if Rabiot leaves, you need to get goal miners because you're short. You need players. I saw people saying, "Oh, Locatelli is gone." Then, no, he's not because we need next season. It could be the case. Next season, it could be the case. I think next season it's more of okay. You didn't have much of an impact. You're kind of too much right now. You can go. But right now, I don't think that's the case. But you talked about or you touched on Thuram, who right now is a real target, like real target.
Yep.
The reporting is a bit off. Now, keep in mind we're recording this Wednesday evening, so we might get some news while we're recording. But Romeo said Nice won cash right now. No players included. Padula said the same thing. It's more about cash right now. And Juve believe they can get it done for around 18 million euros. Basically, that's what it is. Now, I didn't watch Thuram past season. I watched him the previous season where he was good. Past season, apparently, from what I've read, started off hot, then cooled down. A bit like Nice down the line. Started off hot, and then kind of it all cooled down right there. But 18 million euros, I think it's... You need to do that deal, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. You need to do that deal if it's for Rabiot or not, because he has the same... how do I need to put that?
Characteristics.
Like skill set, like Rabiot. Like he's tall. He can hold up play. He's decent on the ball. Like his first touch is good. From what I've seen. He can move it quickly, and he has those, I don't know, like long steps where he takes like 2 steps, and it feels like he took 10 steps. So it's all about kind of piecing it together for him right now, which I think we all are hoping Mota can do, but that's why we brought him in, I guess. But for 80 million euros, I don't think you can do anything really wrong. It's like signing Diallo for 6 million. People are like, oh, what a shit signing for Giuntoli, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you cannot do anything wrong. If it doesn't work out, you will get your money back. There's no issue. You will get that money back. So I'm perfectly fine. But with Thuram, I'm perfectly fine with the club going for Thuram. I think people are also a bit, because they didn't watch him at all. I'm not going to say I'm an expert on Thuram, but people have an image of, and I'm not sure why, but that's just my feeling. Oh, he's a very techie player. And then they watch some highlights and they're like, oh, what is this? He's not that type of player. I'm not sure what people got told, because the season before that, like 1-2 summers ago, basically, he was linked to Liverpool, 40 million. Didn't happen. I think people are like, oh my God, must be a good player. Then they watch some comps and you're expecting maybe something else. It's not a comp. Like, it's not, how do you want to call it? It's not a Dybala comp where you're like, oh my God, what is this? And I think that's kind of people like, oh, is this what we need in midfield?
He's a physical beast.
Is he? Like,
physical beast. Yeah.
If Rabiot goes, like, let's say he's out, he's not signing a new deal. He doesn't want to say. Do you think he is the perfect solution, or like the ideal solution to start over?
I will say this. If Didier Deschamps lost Rabiot to injury, Khephren Thuram will be the guy that replaces him in the French national team.
He's going to play right wing? He's going to play right wing?
No. Like, it's... how tall is Rabiot? 6'3"?
You need to tell me what 6'3" is, because I work in centimeters. What is, like, 185?
1 point almost 9 meters. 1.88, 1.84.
Yeah, I think Rabiot
between there.
Yeah, Rabiot should be like 180, 85.
Yeah,
something like that.
Because I'm 6'1" and I'm 1.82 or something, 1.82.
Okay, then Rabiot was definitely that. I think even taller.
Yeah. So my point being is, I think that Khephren Thuram did not make the French national team because Adrien Rabiot exists and because he's 29 years old and he's been there. That's why I think Thuram didn't make the team, or else he would have. So I think it is the perfect replacement for Rabiot for our team. and it's fresh blood. It's new blood. It's maybe he's not scared to take the ball from a midfielder. Maybe he's not scared to get on the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think I think it's good. 18 million, that's good.
It's a good deal.
I prefer if it was because we know that Nange is not re-signing, or we know he's out the door. For whatever reason, he has his reasons, right? I don't know what they actually are. It's because how he's treated or something.
Basically, but I think the club is just open to let him go. Basically, I think that's more so of the situation.
Fair. Okay, so it would have been nice if Nice wanted him, but obviously can't have everything nice and sweet like that. Pay the cash. If Rabiot leaves, that's even better because that means you don't have to waste money on Rabiot, and you can go possibly use that money somewhere else because it was Rabiot and Thuram, right? That's what we heard.
It is like if Rabiot stays,
it's still Thuram.
It's still Thuram. Like that's what the news is suggesting. That even if Rabiot stays, the club wants to get Thuram.
So there you go. You get Thuram to replace Rabiot, but then you have some money because that's what the news was to go get someone else. Not obviously crazy expensive, but another opportunity.
Another opportunity, yeah.
Like again, I wrote this on our list. Remember I sent you that list of players?
Yeah.
That Luka Sucic guy from Croatia, he's a good player. He played right wing against Italy for some reason, but he's a center midfielder. He's a good player. So I like just sniff around there. He's an attacking midfielder, but like
he is an attacking midfielder, yeah.
Yeah. So if you can't get Coop Miners and the Rabiot things, like just you gotta look at these opportunities.
It is like it's still weird because things are like certain things are moving fast, but I think also that's one of the reasons why people are panicking because the main targets are not moving fast. Like Di Gregorio was a main target; it's moving fast. Coop Miners, Calafiori are main targets; they are not moving fast. I think people have a feeling they're kind of derailing.
They're not.
I just looking at it and looking at they're getting stuff done they were planning to do very late in the window. They're doing it right now. You know, it's just killing off the time because Bologna are not going to talk with you for Calafiori, and with Coop Miners, I think even then you need to wait. Like I know he's not at the Euros, but I think the club is just waiting to see what the possibilities are. Like who can we move on from, like player wise
for Coop Miners? Yeah, for Coop Miners, you have to sell players to get him, and I get that.
That's it, you know.
But for Calafiori, I think you can say, hey, Mr. Saputo, hey, good Canadian guy. The guy who owns Bologna, good Canadian guy. Do you want Fabio Moretti, 15 million euros and 30 million euros on top of that? For a 45 million total package.
Yeah. Could be, but
hey, like, Jer.
Hey,
Jer, what's going on?
Damn it. But with Calafiori, it's more like it's pointless to offer. Even if Juve offers 60, it's pointless right now. Like Bologna.
At this point, no. When the tournament's done and he's done
when the tournament is
all
done,
that stuff, yeah.
Well, let's talk about Calafiori because it's getting a bit
the
out
best,
of hand.
I need this guy.
I think
I need this guy on Juventus.
Everybody needs that player at the team, basically. But I think it's getting out of hand. And it's getting to a point where it's a little bit cringe, in my opinion, where people are like, it's not going to happen. I'm like, man, stop crying. Like, just stop crying. Giuntoli did what he had to do. At this moment in time, he could have done absolutely nothing more than this. Correct. The only thing he could have done was offer 100 million and Bologna would have took it. They were like, hey, you never know, injury, 100 million, get it done, you know. But realistically speaking, he did what he had to do. He spoke with him way in advance with his agent, probably before the season ended, agreed terms, and Giuntoli was like, okay, now we just need to sit back. Because he knew Bologna were not going to talk before the Euros, so it's completely pointless. I think he just said, forget about it right now. We have a deal. I will revisit that once the Euro is over, full stop. I will go to Bologna and I will tell them, here's 30 million euros. Which Bologna will say, good one. You know, good one. But he will come back and he will say, okay, this is 35 plus this. Keep in mind, he wants to join us. So figure it out. I know he has a long-term deal. He has a long-term deal.
Yeah, he does.
He has a long-term deal. But Locatelli was like, Carnevali made it very clear saying, Arsenal are offering more money than us. And Locatelli basically said, good for you, but I don't care. Like, I absolutely do not care. Just figure it out with Juve because I'm not going. And then Cannavale, I remember, said, then we're gonna keep Locatelli. We can do that. And Locatelli basically said, you're not gonna do that. Like, you can
Yep.
tell the world you're gonna keep me, but you're not gonna keep me. You're gonna let me go to Juve. Just figure it out. Obviously not for peanuts, but like figure it out. That's stage 2. That's stage late July, basically.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Calafiori is coming from the Euros and ringing up Bologna saying, hey, I'm not showing up in training, by the way. Just figure it out. I don't think he's that type of guy. I don't think that's the situation. That's more for July, when it's like not showing up on training, but basically saying, I'm not going. You can tell Juve you have an offer from Liverpool, Tottenham. I'm not going.
Yeah.
And I'm probably not. I don't want to stay. Just let me go. Figure it out with Juve. That's the situation Giuntoli is in. So I'm calm. I'm not saying we're getting him 100%, but as of now, I cannot be angry with Giuntoli because he cannot do anything more right now. People say, offer the money right now. You can offer that, and Bologna is going to say, nice one. Let's talk to me on Sunday. Maybe if Italy are out. If not, then talk to me the following week again, basically. So I'm just calm. I think it's getting a bit cringe when people are like, oh my God, he has a TikTok view of 1 billion. I'm like, who cares? You think the Liverpool scout is on TikTok watching, who's this guy? Everybody knows who Calafiori is.
Hey, listen, Chelsea's might.
Chelsea's one might have just discovered Calafiori, but like, in all seriousness, like, they know who Calafiori is. They're not watching the Euros and being like, oh, what is this? The only thing the Euros could do to a player or to a club is like, okay, we should be going for it. This is the highest stage. We might be doing that. But they knew who Calafiori was. That was never really the danger, basically. You know, and I also don't believe that the price was 30, 40, and now 50 based on 2 games.
No.
That's the media having no clue what the asking price is right now.
Yeah.
Which is good for Bologna. They're loving this right now. But the media, even the best sources, the price does not go from 35 to 50 based on a game against Croatia. That's not happening. That's not realistic. No matter which club is involved with a lot of money, they will look at that and they will be like, that's BS. Like that's just not possible. So I don't know how you feel, but I'm very at ease. And we need to get Calafiori, by the way. We definitely need Calafiori because we had that with Bonucci in a different type of way, playing out from the back. Completely different type of way. But
it's a Calafiori, it's a modernized playing out the back center back.
Yeah, but it was like a ticket out of trouble, like bailout. That's a bailout ticket because when Pirlo got man mark, whatever, when Pjanic was out of the game, it was like, okay, Bellucci, you make it happen, and you start off our attack. That's basically the same with Calafiori because our passing ability at the back is just horrendous.
We can't do it. We can't play out the back.
He is Gatti, only he's good at it. Or he's excellent at it, basically. It doesn't look forced. It doesn't look like he's gonna trip over his feet with every single step he takes. It doesn't feel like he's just gonna bulldoze the ball up top like Gatti does. It's just controlled and at ease. It reminded
with a purpose.
Me, if you watch old De Ligt videos in the Youth Academy when he was playing as a midfielder, it reminds me of that a little bit. Because he's now playing at the back as well, you know. But you can see the way he tries to. Sometimes maybe he shouldn't be doing that, you know. Clear a ball. It's just not. I'm gonna boot it away. I will look for a purpose, you know. And he did that against Croatia. At one point, I was like, okay, watch out right here, you know, because it might cost you. But he's extremely calm. He doesn't boot it away. Like he wants to play football. And I think that's vital because if Motta comes in and he's asking that from Bremer, Gatti, or Danilo, he's gonna have a very stressful season. He's gonna lose his mind because that's not gonna happen.
And you know, the first week of preseason, he's sitting there because obviously Calafiori is not gonna be the first week of preseason, and he's gonna have Bremer, and he's gonna have Gatti there, and he's gonna be like, Jesus Christ, what am I watching right now? So I agree with you 100% that like. That is a top target. Like this whole summer, Calafiori should be the top target. On the left side of our back line, Cambiaso and Calafiori, that could be beautiful to watch. especially, and Douglas Luiz will play in the left half space there. And if you have Yildiz playing on the left wing, that left side's like, you talk about techie, that left side's techie. Like
it compared to last season, it's I was watching.
And imagine Yildiz playing with players who actually want to like bounce the ball back to him. Wow.
Yeah, I was watching the Belgium game. I was talking with my nephew, and he was like, "Kostic is crap," and I was like, "Man, we played Kostic so many times this season.
Yeah.
How did we kind of survive that, like, mentally? Nothing against Kostic, good guy, but man, that's not football. Like, that's absolutely not football. That's not even trying to attempt to play the sport, basically.
That's get the ball wide, cross it in, and hope something happens. That's
like
it.
The difference is staggering. Or what they're trying to do is staggering, and it will take a lot of time, probably. It will take a lot.
For sure.
It will take some time. It will be with falling, standing up again. It's just you need to take that with the first season, I guess. It's all about fine tuning, actually building something and fine tuning things throughout the season, and it's more about trying to be competitive, but actually moving into a direction where it's like, okay, this is set up to actually be something very, very big and successful right now. And that's what the club is doing. Like, clear out, like I said, Keane out of the door, close for 12 million to Fiorentina. I don't know what the price will be. The price is just good enough for the books, basically. That's basically what the price is going to be. Just get him off the books because the wages are insane. And I'm like, take it, just...
That's a W, man.
Clear it out and keep it moving. I saw reports about the club wanting percents on the future resale. I'm like, do not stress about that. Make sure you get him off the books, basically, and the wages. Talks about Milik. He might, the club told him, you can leave. And it all sounds good, but you still need to replace these players. Like, that's the flip side
of the
coin.
Yeah.
Because you can move on Keane, you can move on Milik, you could potentially move out Chiesa and Sule, but then you're like, okay, you moved out 4 players. What now? You need at least 3 in. You don't need 4 in because we had a big squad, but you need at least 3 in to make it work. And the issue is right now we're not being linked with 3 in. We're being linked with 50 interest options, which is kind of BS, basically. That it's not a real thing. When you have a new link every single day, when it's Adeyemi, when it's Sancho, when it's Greenwood, when it's Zirkzee.
Dude, I have a list of I've taken a list of everybody we've been linked to and who buy. I have one,
But we've been linked with like attackers, whatever. But when it's every 2 days a new one, there's no real target right now, and maybe that's the issue, or maybe we are just like fat information, and maybe Sule is not going, maybe Sule is staying, or maybe Chiesa is gonna sign a bridge deal and Sule is leaving, and it's not all through, because now we sold Junior, we're tipped or to sell Sule, Chiesa, and it's like, okay, we're not gonna play with any wingers right now. You have Timothy Weah, but nobody knows what Timothy Weah is right now. I have no clue what he is to this team. I have no idea. I
think he's a right winger because he does well. Is he a good one? There.
Is he a good one? That's what I mean. Is he an effective player? I don't know.
I think he's a good bench player. He's a good player to have on your bench as a right winger, not a right wing back, not a right back, as a right winger to go out and attack player or teams.
Yeah, but if the links are Sule is gone, Junior is gone, Chiesa's gone. Yeah. Hey, but Timothy Weah is right here. Then
no, you need a starter. You need a starter.
You need 2. I know. I'm not even sure where Yildiz is gonna play. By the way, I'm not even sure where Yildiz is gonna play.
I think it'll be a left. He'll be predominantly on the left, but then if you need him in a pinch, you can play below Vlahovic.
Not internal midfielder.
What the fuck does that mean, man? What are you talking about?
No.
Internal midfielder is it's a double on top. It's the same thing.
Nah,
What are you talking about? Internal midfielder? Nah, that's like defensive forward. That's Bernardeschi. Defensive winger.
Somebody on Twitter, he put it out and he got cooked by half of Premier League Twitter. He was.
As he should.
No, but he was called tactical, but he isn't a tactical, based you know what I mean. He just said I know what he meant, by the way.
Oh, did he just mean the center midfielder? That's all he meant?
Yeah, but he didn't mean on the wing. It was just playing inside. But that's what he dressed it up internal midfield, and he got cooked. But like his point was clear. Like people were like just mocking the
Okay.
the term, but
The name for it, yeah.
between the lines, like
Yeah.
he can play on the left, but he can also play between the lines. I'm not sure. I like him more. Okay, I like him between the lines, but I think he's more effective on the wing. That's what I like because he's somebody.
Yeah.
Even today, like we were watching the
Yeah.
the game against Czech Republic. He was taking on people. Maybe too much at
Yep.
one point. Still needs to find the balance there. He was maybe he was going overboard because he wanted to score. Got close twice, didn't
Yeah.
didn't score. But he takes on players, excuse me, and he's very effective with that. He's not the fastest of players, but that's okay. If you get him close to the box, he will cook players. He will set players up. So that's fine. Is that a problem that, let's say Sule stays? Like Sule is not a speedy winger, if you know what I mean, or like it's
No.
not Vinicius Junior. He's somebody, in my opinion, who can play around his own circle, basically. And that's where he's very effective. So we don't have speedy wingers, basically. Like if you let Chiesa go, is that an issue, or could that be an issue? Because I saw people debating that, or being worried about the fact that if you lose Chiesa, you don't have speedy wingers. Yes, you have Timothy Weah, but I think nobody's expecting Timothy Weah to actually start games or like be the main guy. So
Yeah.
you don't have speed on the wings. Is that an issue? Do you
Of
think
course.
that's an issue?
I think anytime you need balance in a team, right? So if Yildiz plays in a like we know you just described Sule perfectly. He's not going to burn. He's not a burner down the wing. He's going to take it inside every time almost, and try and create from the right, like Messi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to occupy that area, like Dybala. There. You need a different kind of turn of pace from some players though. Like because Vlahovic is not fast.
No.
The whole front line is not fast at this point, except for Timmy Weah. Even Milik, even like Moise Kean he is athletic and powerful, but he's not fast. So the link to Adeyemi, cool. The link to Bakayoko, cool. Like you do need players like that. Chiesa, he is fast, but like he's not. When he goes, he always cuts inside as well. Like like nobody's creative enough to go. None of these players we're linked to are creative enough to go can beat their man down the wing or in the middle, except for Bakayoko probably. Out of the names we've been linked to, or who we currently have, we need players who are deceptively like that. Even like what's his name? Oh man, not Doku.
Doku, yeah.
Obviously, he has no end product, but he is a threat every time he touches the ball. You have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's
a player
also
like
the
that,
issue linked to the end product. No, you have
fair.
no idea.
No,
what's
okay, no, you know what I mean though. Like before the end product happens, we need a player like that.
Yeah,
and it doesn't have to be as exciting. It doesn't have to be like whatever. Like again,
no,
chaos.
It's like
he's chaos.
It's actually a bit like, it's not fast, but like Cuadrado. When he does that,
yes.
I'm gonna move the ball to the right.
Prime Cuadrado, not like oh my
gone.
god, what's going on? Cuadrado.
It's just
Prime Cuadrado.
It's just from standstill. I'll flick it and I'm gone. See you later.
Yes, like
that's a different way of.
When Chiesa does it now, it's not fast.
No, I think
he's lost something when he's dribbling.
I think his initial his first meters are kind of cooked a little bit.
Yeah, but like when he's running without the ball, he's very fast. But when he has the ball now, it's not the same as what it was before the injury.
Do you think?
And I'm going to admit that.
Do you think he's gone?
I think he's gone.
Do you want him to be gone?
If I'm getting other players that I want, yes.
That's the thing. I think that's also like some of the issues. Like nobody knows who we actually want. Because with Vlahovic, it's the same thing. If I like Vlahovic,
I kind of want him to stay though. Because I don't think we're getting anything better.
No, but like that's fair. But like I like Vlahovic. I get why people are frustrated with Vlahovic. Like I'm not blind to it. But if we get a better option, I'm okay with Vlahovic. I'm okay with everybody leaving, basically.
Yeah.
Figure of speech. Yeah. If you can give me a replacement where I can be like, okay, that's good. That can work with Mota. And even if I don't think it's gonna work, let's say he's like, no, I want Salamakers. and we win stuff with Salamakers. I dislike Salamakers. I don't like watch Salamakers play. But if he brings in Salamakers and he's key to actually winning stuff, nobody would cry about it because it's about winning right now. So if you can give me a better option than Vlahovic, I like Vlahovic, but it's like at the end of the day, I want to win. If it's with Vlahovic up top or if it's with whoever up top, I just want to win. That's like going to the point where people are like, oh, you need an Italian core. I'm like, no, I need a good core. If it's Italian, okay, bonus. That's a bonus. If it's not Italian, I don't give a shit. Inter won the tripleta with, I don't know, how many Italians? 0? I'm not sure. Balotelli was in the squad, I guess. You know, did they had Italian starting? Materazzi, was he starting? I don't even know right now. No, he wasn't.
No, it was Lucio and Samuel.
It was Lucia and like, did they had an Italian in that team? Somebody might need to look that up. Let me know in the comments.
Maicon, Kivu.
I cannot. Milito up top. Like, I'm not sure.
Schneider. Stankovic.
Probably not.
Atto,
does anyone care?
I don't think so.
Go ask Inter fans. They won the treble. I don't care about that. If it's good, bonus. But you don't need to force this. It needs to happen naturally. You add Calafiori. Cambiasso is there. Nice. But then it stops.
Fagioli, Locatelli's
there, Locatelli is a bit iffy. It's up and down. Like, what will happen with Locatelli, we will see under Motta.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't need to force that. Then that comes, like, naturally. Like, when we signed Barzagli, Chiellini, Bonucci, nobody thought they were going to be what they become. It came naturally. Like, it happens. But the moment you start forcing it, it's the moment where it will go wrong. Because then you start buying players like Fratesi, you know? And you're like, oh, we need him, you know, at the time. And at the time, I was like, a good piece. Not a main guy, a good piece. But if you start signing these players to be the main guy, you will get in trouble. It's as simple as that, you know. It's just what it is, you know. And with Thiago Motta, which Italian teams did he had players that he had? Bologna, Orsolini.
Yeah, Orsolini, Calafiori. That's it, because he had the 2 Swiss midfielders, a Scottish guy,
Colombian, Dutch player, Scottish player,
and I think Skorupski's the goalie, no?
Yeah, so he did brilliant, you know, and maybe long-term success. Oh, they know the club and whatever. You get to know the club. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, apparently Danilo's a great leader. He's not Italian. So if Danilo can be, then surely somebody with more quality can do the same job or can be a key player.
Yeah.
Because I agree. For all the criticism towards Alexandro, he understood what the club was. He's been at the club, you know. Yes, the quality went down, but like, he's not Italian, you know, and he quote unquote knows the club. Like, I don't like Chesney. I think he knows, like, the way he speaks, he knows what the club is about.
I think he knew it the best.
He knew it the best. He got punished for it, basically. Never got the captaincy, which is disrespectful, but it is what it is. And he knew the club. He's not Italian, so I don't think that's a focus point for us. It shouldn't be a focus point. It needs to happen naturally. We just need to improve, you know. Get this Thuram deal done, which is maybe a side note on the transfer window. Could be a very big signings down the line.
Useful. Very useful.
It's not the main guy. It's not the main targets. I get it, but like, the main targets are not names that you will get done overnight anyway. So
like Khephren Thuram is like the Hawkeye of the main 6 Avengers.
Ooh.
It's like the guy's like, okay.
Some breaking news from oh, never mind. It's not Juve related. Just Romano saying that Osimhen could be leaving this summer.
I thought we knew that.
Yeah.
Because Conte said today, he's like, oh, I have the final say with people leaving.
Yeah, that's not how it is. It's it's De Laurentiis. He has the final say.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, clear out. You know, Keane gone, almost gone. It's just a clear out from top to bottom. The Shilio, McKennie, everybody's being told, just get out. Figure it out, get out. And I don't think Giuntoli is a guy who is like, oh, but if you stay, you stay. I don't think he's that type. He doesn't come across like that type of guy right now. He comes across like, I told you to leave.
Yeah.
Leave. At the end of the day,
that's perfect, man.
Yeah, like, again, you can tell 10 players to leave. Not all 10 will find the club.
No.
But the fact you told them now. You told De Sciglio, you told Kostic, you told McKennie, you told Keane, you told Milik, you told all these players, even Sule's agent saying, that's the money. If you have it, bring it to us. Probably Huysen's agent, that's the fee. If you got it, fine. If not, you might be staying at the club, fine. But these are the things. It's a clear. Do I agree with all the things you might be doing? No. However, it's clear. You know, the last couple of seasons, nothing was clear. Absolutely nothing was clear. Now it's like, these are the list of players we actually potentially want. These are the list of players that need to get the hell out of this club.
Yep.
And he told them very soon. He told them now. Actually, he told them probably.
I think, I was gonna say probably a couple of weeks ago at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said, the clear out. It's an actual clear out. It's everybody has a price, and he's probably said that to all the agents. Actually, he's definitely said that to all the agents, and it's their job and Giuntoli's job to get the deals done. Now, I want to jump back to one of your things with the Keane thing with the percentage of sale. He's being a bit of a stickler, and I'm okay with it as long as it's not like detrimental to the deal. Like the Enzo one, the 10% or whatever it was, and the Ealing one, I get they're young, sure, and I actually can't believe that we get percentages of their next sale, as well as Douglas Luiz for 20. Like, that was a great deal. That was a great deal, in my opinion. Anyway, like the sticking point of Szczęsny, like sometimes you just don't need the 5 million. Like from Al Nassr, like just go. Like for those players, like De Sciglio, I hope he doesn't ask for a transfer fee.
Yeah, he's gonna ask for something.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
if you can get it.
Like,
but
say how much that you go. So how much are you willing to pay? And they say, maybe this, and you say okay. You just say okay.
I think with Szczęsny is like, he knows we need that amount to actually make it good on the books, and you're going to that league, your guys are gonna pay up. But the fact that Di Gregorio is getting announced next week kind of tells you that he's gone anyway. Szczęsny, they will find a solution.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's weird. But we will see. We will see what's gonna happen. Yeah. It's all good right now. I have a couple of questions before we wrap it up.
I saw some of them.
Yeah. I have one where it's like, we talked about how Mota is gonna play. The other question was, what are your predictions for next season, Champions League and Serie A? I think that's very difficult to answer right now, because you need everybody to, like, maybe not prediction. It's more expectation wise. Expectation is, I want to compete, not in the Champions League. I mean, I want to compete in the Champions League, but it's not gonna happen.
Don't embarrass yourselves in the Champions League. Compete for first place in Serie A.
That's it. Like, get closer. Like, make it look like an improvement. That's just the bare minimum again. You know, win the Coppa Italia or whatever. Like, that's the expectation. I don't expect us to win no matter who the coach was. I said it many times. No matter who we sign, no matter who the coach is, I don't expect us to win in quote-unquote year one. But the final question is, you will answer that from Justin. Is it time to bring Zaniolo back?
Am I actually answering that?
I don't know. Like, it's
Justin, buddy.
It's a real question.
I know. Justin's got Louisville Cardinals going on, and his basketball team's doing better or something. I don't know. I follow him on Twitter, and he always tweets about that stuff.
So he's trying to mess up Juve again. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. No, Zaniolo's not coming. He's going to Atalanta or Fiorentina.
Actually, if he goes to Atalanta, I see him doing good things, by the way. He will be more
Probably.
effective.
As a second forward, yeah.
Yeah, he will be more effective.
Like in a Lookman role, yeah, I agree.
But he's one rubbish player. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I had Aston Villa fan on the channel, and we spoke off air. Actually, another Aston Villa as well. I reached out to. And he's like, man, that's one frustrating player.
Yep.
He has one good games and then 10 absolutely piss poor games, where it's not even about him being poor technically, just his decision making is just, man, it's
he doesn't have this. He doesn't do it. You know what's gonna be funny if he goes to Fiorentina and him and Keane link up.
Oh my god, that's oh yeah.
Who's their coach now?
Fiorentina.
Yeah. Oh, Palladino.
Palladino. It's Palladino because.
Oh God, he's not gonna be able to
went to
handle them.
Bologna.
Yeah, he can't handle those two.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe Fiorentina might pay 12 million for Keane. Yeah, that's a forward who hasn't scored in like 15 months.
I mean, and actually, it is unbelievable because they have scoring issues.
That's
that makes
their
it
main thing. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, like that's actually insane. But again, like new coach, you try to give the coach what he wants.
What he wants. Yeah.
And they lost Belotti. Not that it's a big miss, but like you need to replace. You need to do something. Like, and that's a something, I guess, what they're trying to do. So good for them. Good for Keane. Good for us especially because he had no. He should have never come back in the first place. But yeah, thanks Paratici for that. I guess. Here we are, Giuntoli cleaning up whatever mess that it was left behind.
We're peeking over the sunset right now. We're just getting over the hill. That's also listen. When's this coming out? This video?
Friday.
Okay. So this will be the last time before like we don't have any players because we're gonna get like like an influx of players by the next time we talk.
Yeah, it's gonna be official. Yeah.
On video. Yeah, there's gonna be like, I bet you, if we're gonna do this at the end of July, probably, right?
Yeah.
At the next one, I bet you there's 5 new. No, not. I'll say 4 new players, official players.
Yeah, it's gonna be Douglas Luiz, Di Gregorio. Oh, 4. That's spicy.
Yep. I bet you there's 4 by the next time we talk.
Probably Thuram.
I'm not gonna say Calafiori. I'm not gonna say Coop Miners. I'll say Thuram, Di Gregorio, Douglas Luiz, and some player we have no idea yet. Or we do have an idea, just we didn't know if it's going to be how fast we're going to sign them.
It must, like, preseason starts in about 10 days.
July 10th it starts.
Yeah, so the tour starts in a month, basically, to Germany.
No, we don't have a tour.
Yeah, but we go to Germany for training
German,
camp.
yeah.
That's where we'll probably play some friendly games. So that's when it actually starts. And actually, the season starts mid-August, basically. So you need to get things in order really quickly, especially your main targets. That's why I'm like, players like
Calafiori needs to be, he needs to be on the team by August 3rd.
Yeah, he needs to be there because that's a player.
He needs to be on the team.
Like, you know what it is? Like, he needs, but with Calafiori, even if he comes in late, I don't think it's an issue because he knows Malta, he knows what the demands are. It will be kind of.
But the other players are like, they need to know how he plays because who's the left center back right now? Is it Danilo? Because Danilo
could be probably Danilo. It's probably Danilo.
Yeah, so that's my point. It's like he can't do what Calafiori does.
No, it isn't.
And the players around him need to get adapted to it.
But if you get a Coop Miners, he needs to adapt to the team and he needs to adapt to the coach. So I think that's more of a work. Like, I think it's easier for players to adapt to Calafiori than
for a player to get it.
Players need to adapt to Coop Miners, and Coop Miners need to adapt to the players and the coaching. In this case,
that's why I think. That's why I think Fagioli is going to start there.
Oh yeah. I think as well. Even if you get Coop Miners, I think Fagioli. Yeah, it's a deal that will get done late if it happens, and I agree. I think Fagioli will get the minutes early on in that position. By the way.
And we'll find out if Atalanta is serious about being able to sell him by the players that they bring in because they kept the Catalar. If they're going to get Zaniolo, it's another attacker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see how they act. And if they sell Ederson, I'm scared that they won't sell Coop Miners.
Then you need to move on. Plan B. I don't know.
No, I agree. I agree. I'm just saying for Coop Miners to Juventus, I'm scared if that for that.
But that will. But Coop Miners made it publicly, like he said it literally. I'm gone. Like I'm leaving the club.
Oh, he said I'm not playing for Atalanta anymore?
No, he said I want to transfer. I told Atalanta I want to move this summer.
Oh, okay.
But he said I told him in a respectful way in advance.
Yeah.
Not just very late. That's the conversation we had this summer. I want my move. Okay. So I think that's why
they're probably loading up on players.
Yeah, I think Atalanta's like, okay, we promise we're gonna make it work. So we will see. We will see. Probably we will have more talk about those 2 players towards the end of July. But yeah, this is it. This is episode 2. Episode 3.
Rejuvenation.
Clear out that wood. Burning that wood. Literally. But episode 3 will be more more in depth, because I think you have training sessions, you have more of an idea, leaks of what he's trying to do, even though not all players or just some players just came in training, with the Euros, depending on Italy, depending on other teams, Copa America,
Well,
whatever.
Vlahovic is going to be there from day one. That's good.
We'll get 2 weeks off, so not day one, I think.
I think it'll be day one.
Really?
He better be. He's out since you go on your vacation now, brother, and then get back. You need it.
McKennie is gonna be there, so that's good. That's good.
No, he's in Copa America right now.
Yeah, you think they're gonna be there for a very long time?
They're gonna top the group.
Yeah, and what's next?
The quarterfinal, and they'll play some shit team, and they'll go to the semifinal.
Whatever. He's gone anyway.
Yeah. Timmy Way is gonna miss out.
Oh my god! Assist in the first seconds. Good for him. Oh, there was a friendly, I think, and they lost like 5-1.
No, he got an assist in the first Copa America game.
I thought
the first 2 minutes to Pulisic.
But he also had an assist in a friendly game, and then he got smoked like 5-1 or something.
I don't remember that one. I just watched the Copa America. I only watch the U.S. in the Copa America. I don't watch them in friendly games.
No, I saw it. No, I just saw the clip. I'm not staying up to watch Copa America because I can watch UFC if I want to watch Copa America.
It's sick, man.
I saw some
a Canadian dude got headbutted yesterday. Nothing. They went to VAR. Nothing.
That's not football. Like that's whatever. People think
it's hilarious.
People think, oh my god, it's techie, Argentina, Brazil. But if you watch it, like,
no,
it's rubbish.
It's not. Yeah,
it's absolutely not techie, But
no,
we will see. We will see in the next podcast. People, hit the like button. Forgot to tell you that at the beginning of the video. Yeah. So whoever's still watching, hit the like button, subscribe, and we will be back in a month or so.
Yep.
Ciao.